going. YouTube must have changed something because they was just like go live. And I wasn't even ready yet for real. What's going on, y'all? Let me hurry up and fix my lighting. Hold up one second. I think I'm gonna stay with this one. Tasha checking in with another video, and this video is going to be none other than our lunchtime language, where I discuss hot topics and current events. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. We had a great time over here, okay? So this is a special day of lunchtime language. Normally I go live on Wednesday, but y'all, Wednesday was just a lot going on. And then I was like, let me go live on Thursday. And I was tired from work on Thursday. Like this whole week, the post office has just been hit with a lot of mail. So I was like, you know what, let me go live today because we had some really bad weather outside. So I'm not going to work. So I said, let me give them the hot topics for the week because I'm behind anyway. And it was snowing outside. And so they would not see me today. What's up, Austin? Welcome to the live. Go ahead and like this video as you all come in the room. I'm about to get started with the hot topics for the week. I hope you all are having a great week wherever you are in the world, that you're staying warm and safe because weather is going down. If you're on the West Coast, prayers are up for California. They are definitely dealing with all of the wildfires and everything. And then if you're on the East Coast and Midwest, we're getting like hit with snow and really low temperatures. So let's get into these hot topics. Let's get into it. Okay. Hold on, y'all, because I take notes on the hot topics. All right, y'all. So we're gonna kick it off with The View, okay? Emmanuel Manny Holston, okay? If y'all don't know who that is the husband of Sunny Holston, okay? Sunny Holston is a co-host on The View. He has been named in a major RICO case, okay? Major RICO case. He is accused of providing fraudulent medical and other healthcare services and fraudulently billing insurance companies in exchange for kickbacks. Now it's crazy because Sunny Holston is an attorney, and her husband is a Oh, I didn't write it down. He's a I think he's an orthopedic or something like that doctor. So it's like, you're a doctor, sir. Why are you sitting up here trying to fraudulently scam insurance companies? And on top of that, your wife is a host on The View, and she's also a lawyer. So what's up, the best? I'm Tasha. So why are you up here trying to fraudulently defraud the system? And that just goes to show you that the wealthy or rich people, they are never satisfied. They're always trying to get more and more money. And I'm just kind of like, what's up? How you doing, Martinez? Welcome to the live. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out, why would he sit up here and try to defraud or fraud the insurance company so he can get some extra money? Is just ridiculous. Thank you so much for the compliment. What's up? Thank you. This background is simply just some wallpaper that I ordered from Amazon. And so, yeah, he's facing RICO charges. He was involved in, and RICO charges mean, if y'all don't know what that means that he is involved in a pattern of criminal activity. So he is going to be facing some charges. He's always facing some charges. He's named in it. He's going to end up probably in court and everything like that. So I'm going to keep y'all posted about what happened. But again, his name is Emmanuel Holston, and he is the husband of Sunny Holston, who is one of the co-hosts on The View, okay? I'm doing hot topics and current events, and that was my first one. Next hot topic, y'all, California. Prayers are up for California. I saw on Instagram that the Pacific Palisades literally is burned to the ground. Houses after houses, businesses after businesses. The people over there are really suffering. They have lost almost everything. And so I'm really truly praying for California that they recover from that. But what I have on the wildfires there is that 179,000 residents are under evacuation orders. Fierce wildfires burning out of control in the greater Los Angeles area. These fires have killed at least 5 named and forced 180,000 from their homes. And so people are being driven out of their homes. People are, businesses are being affected, and 5 people have been killed, unfortunately. At least 5 fires are burning, covering more than 45 square miles. sparked by dry condition and powerful winds. And this happens, this isn't new to California. This happens every year that they end up suffering wildfires and because of their dry conditions and things like that. But I think this year is different because it seems that it's more extreme from what I'm viewing on social media. Like I said, the Palisades fire has burned through more than 17,234 acres, almost 27 square miles. It has destroyed 1,000 structures. So not only home and businesses, structures of things have been damaged because of these fires, okay? Also, more than 350,000 energy customers were without power earlier the other day, including 200,000 in LA County. People have lost everything. They lost power, homes, things of that nature. So these wildfires are out of control. So not only are we praying for the people that are affected by the wildfires, we're also praying for the firefighters that have to battle these fires and deal with it. So there I am. There I go. Sorry about that, y'all. It cut out for a second because somebody was trying to call. I just don't understand that. I thought it was the weather at first, but somebody was trying to call. Even when they're on silence mode or blocked, I don't understand how that still happens. But anyway, that's all I have for the wildfires. Yeah, it's just a shame. It's a shame. So keep California in prayers. And yeah, the wildfires is out of control there. Next topic, y'all. So Blue Ivy, the daughter of Beyonce and Jay-Z, she is turning 13. Happy birthday to Blue Ivy. I think her birthday was a couple of days ago. So she's turning 13 years old. She's now a teenager. Every time I see her lately, some teenagers look like that. They always look like, I don't want to be here, y'all get on my nerves type energy. But then some of them are really, really, bright and happy teenagers, and she just always look like she's over it. So I hope, for her sake, that her parents and this whole media and society is not forcing this girl into feeling like she is just, have to live up to the spotlight of what her parents were or who her parents are. And so shout out goes to her. Happy birthday, Blue Ivy. She turned 13 years old. Moving on to the next topic. Y'all remember I told y'all about the New Orleans crash. The suspect in it, his last name is Jabbar. So they came out and said that more information on him is that he was using Meta glasses to record where he would plan his attack on Bourbon Street, okay? If y'all don't know what Meta glasses are used to record and live stream, and they look like regular glasses. So you could be wearing regular glasses, but in those glasses, you can have lenses or whatever it is that they use to record and live stream situations. Now, he didn't live stream, but he did record where he would, in fact, plan this crash. And so if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, New Orleans, I think it was last week. Was it last week? No, it was actually New Year's Day. So maybe like 2 weeks ago. No, it was last week. Last week he drove a car into a crowd and killed a lot of people, created a lot of havoc during New Year's Day when people were out and about and they were just, enjoying the holiday. This fool decides to go and do something like that. And so he definitely is like he killed himself. I think he died during that crash. So he took the easy way out, if you ask me, or really not the easy way, because he's going to have to answer for that. So they came out with this information the other day. They also said that he was in New Orleans for 2 days prior to the attack, staying at a rental Airbnb. And so unfortunately, Airbnb hosts, they can't really do their due diligence on people. All they can do is, try to do their best to run background checks and all of that before they rent to you. But a background check just simply means that you never got caught doing anything. That doesn't mean that you're not crazy or that you haven't done something. But anyway, I'll keep y'all posted if they come out with more information about the New Orleans individual. Next up on the hot topics. So Georgia judge, this is a sad hot topic, right? A Georgia judge, his name is Stephen Jekyll, took his own life after losing re-election. They said that they found him in his office. He had been there overnight and he had suffered from self-inflicted wounds, okay? So this man, I guess he ran for a judge or a state judge or whatever in a certain area of Georgia. He lost it. And after that, he lost it. He took his own life and he shot himself. So, just praying for his family during that time. During this time, this is really sad. Like, I just don't understand. The devil is just really active sometimes in people's lives that will cause you to want to take your own life just over losing a re-election. Now, that's what they reported. We don't know if there is other reasons why he took his own life. However, I'm hoping, I mean, there should never be a reason why you would do that, but you never know what people are going through. I just cannot see the fact that he lost was the reason that he had to do that. So anyway, praying for his family, and unfortunately that happened to him. So yeah. Let's move on to the next topic. Happy 40th birthday goes out to LeBron James. He turned 40 the other day. Y'all know he is a basketball player. He has his two sons. One of his sons is following in his footsteps. I think he's in the NBA. The other one just got accepted into, I think, Arizona University or something like that. And yeah, happy birthday goes out to him. He's 40 years old. He's at a point in his life where he should be looking to hang up the basketball shoes because 40, things ain't the same. You ain't moving the same, but you can still be in good condition. But as far as a basketball player, that's like being 67 in real work life age. So but happy birthday goes out to him. And yeah, moving on to the next topic, y'all. So this one is kind of crazy. So this is Dwight Howard's ex. We talking about Royce Reed, okay? She accuses him of verbal, physical, and mental abuse. And she came out on YouTube, Instagram, y'all, and she did like this 3-part video saying how bad he was, how he abused her, how he did this and did that. And I'm just looking, I'm not saying that it did not happen to her. What's up, Tasha? How you doing? Welcome to the live. I'm not saying it did not happen to this lady, right? But the report also said that after she suffered these things from Dwight Howard, she still went on to get in a relationship with him. And I'm just like, it's because of who he was and the money he made. If a man is treating you horribly, doing all this heinous stuff to you, why would you go ahead and get into a relationship with him? I do not understand that. And I'm not saying her story isn't valid, but it's like sometimes when you do stuff, you do have to take ownership. Like if this man was showing you all these things, you should have ran for the hills no matter who he was. But she was caught up in the hype of who he was and his money. And so, now she coming out telling this 3-part story. Her and a lot of other women lately are coming up saying, who did I marry? Who did I move in with? And all this other stuff, doing all of these things for clicks and views. But it's like, take ownership. Why would you involve yourself with somebody that you don't even know or somebody who is abusive? You need to say, red flags. Let me get away from this particular type of person. And so now she wants to gather some sympathy from the people because of what she went through. And I'm just like, it's not like I don't feel sympathy for her. It's just that, you just got to look at your situation and take some ownership, Miss Royce Reed, okay? So she's not with him anymore, and I guess she just want to put out her story or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next topic. Hopefully she recovers from what happened to her, and she moves on. She makes better decisions when it comes to choosing men. All right, next story is really a sad story. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but a Richmond, Virginia nurse, her name is Erin Stroman. She's 42. Hold on, I'm sorry. She's 26 years old. She was a nurse in the NICU unit of a hospital in Richmond. This crazy lady was arrested for breaking the bones of Black newborn babies, okay, that are in the NICU. If y'all know, the NICU is when babies go when they are born and they have special needs because maybe they're not fully developed yet. Maybe they have some respiratory issues. Something's going on where they're in the NICU, so they're not released to the mother or sent home yet. They have to stay in there for a period of time, okay? This lady was accused of this, right? And this is what further makes me feel like it's a lot of still racism in the world. She's a Caucasian lady, right? And so they suspended her because some stuff was happening at the hospital. And so they wasn't sure what was going on. So after they suspended her for about a year, now she was suspended on administrative paid leave. They brought her back in. And once they brought her back in, then these injuries of these babies started happening again. First of all, the first time she did it, she should have been gone. There should have been no, we're going to bring you back, administrative leave and pay and all of this. If you notice the pattern with this lady on her shifts, then y'all should have put two and two together and let her go way before this incident even happened. She ended up doing this to 7 black babies, and now she is in jail and she's awaiting trial and everything. You're going to see what happens to her. Just pure evil. What would even make a person, and it's just the devil. I can't even say what would make a person. It's the devil that would make a person want to sit up here and break the bones of babies, no matter what race they are. But she sat up here and used her position to really hurt these children and these babies. And when y'all see, if y'all go look her up, y'all see the picture of her. She looks crazy in the face. I mean, really. And so I'm just like praying for these families. You know, they have to suffer now with not only having a baby that had issues and the baby had to be in the NICU. Now you have to deal with this crazy lady that was causing more harm to your child. So yeah, that is just terrible. I just don't understand the stuff that people do these days. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, y'all, we praying for all those families. Like I said, it was 7 babies, so that's 7 families that had to suffer through this. So moving on to the next story, y'all. This one had my blood boiling. Really. And it's ridiculous because I remember being kind of in the shoes of this girl, even though I was a little older. But let's get into the story. So I don't know if y'all heard about this. Again, this is another Virginia incident. I don't know what's up in Virginia, right? A Virginia pastor makes a teenage girl apologize to the congregation for being pregnant. Okay, the name of the church is True Vine Apostolic Church in Hampton, Virginia, led by Bishop Terry Jackson. Okay, when I saw this story, I saw a video clip of it. You know, first of all, I didn't even know it was a teenage girl. They had this girl dressed like she was a freaking 60-year-old woman. Okay, they had her come up in front of the congregation. The pastor tells her stand in the middle of the congregation, and you can tell that she's young by the way she was talking when she opened her mouth. She was just like, you know, y'all, I messed up. I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me and everything like that. First of all, you don't have to ask no man for forgiveness. That's number one, because they don't have a heaven and hell to put you in. This girl committed fornication. She got pregnant out of wedlock. Okay, we got that. Now, only person she needs to apologize to is Jesus. I'm sorry for committing this sin. If I'm a Christian, fornication is one of those things that in the Christian faith that is frowned upon by Jesus and the church and everything. So if she committed fornication, she goes on her knees and she asks God for forgiveness and she repents. Out of it came a baby. So now she just has to focus on being a mom and a good one to this child and going about her life. If God doesn't condemn her after she has repented, who the heck is the church or the people or congregation to forgive her? And after she made the statement, they're going to stand up and start clapping and everything like that. And it just made me so annoyed because I'm just trying to figure out, why is it that y'all had to sit up here and have this girl do this? She didn't have to apologize to y'all. Who are y'all? And the nerve of this pastor. If it was me and I was in that church and I saw that happening, I probably would have got up and left, and I would not have returned to that church, because who do you all think that you are? And this pastor ought to be ashamed of himself for doing something like that. You don't ever make nobody feel like that. They went on to say that the girl, because of her actions, they were not going to celebrate the baby, celebrate her. She's not going to have a baby shower or anything. So Sunny Hostin again came out and said that she would throw the girl a baby shower so that her baby would be properly celebrated. And I thought that was, you know, really big of Sunny Hostin to do, because now not only are y'all going to make this girl feel some type of stigma probably against the church. And most people, when they get church hurt, they take it out on Christ. They don't know how to separate the church hurt and them imperfect people from Christ. So y'all may build up a hurt church hurt where it drives her away from Christ. Not only drive her away from Christ, now she may build up some animosity against you all as the people, hating you all for doing that. Y'all may make her hate her child because y'all make her feel like that she has done some type of really ridiculous, heinous thing. She's not the first one and she won't be the last one. But the thing that is really crazy is the nerve of you all to put this girl on blast and make her feel like that she's done something so heinous, so ridiculous, that's so unforgivable, or that she needs to have forgiveness from you all. No, Jesus died on the cross for our sins. He is the only one that we go to and ask for forgiveness and ask him to fix us up and clean us up and everything. Not no congregation of people. And then her mom comes out and says that my daughter did this or whatever, so she has to suffer the consequences. So it's almost like her mom is in agreement with the pastor in the church. And I'm like, what kind of mother are you? I know if they would have came to us and asked my daughter to stand up there and do that, no, I'm not doing that. Sidebar, I remember when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was in church too, and I ended up getting pregnant with her. I was very active in the church and everything, and so I had to go and tell my first lady that I had got pregnant. I'm pregnant, and so their rule at my church was if you started showing or whatever, you had to go out of the church until after you had the baby. At the time, I was just like, okay, that's the way of the church, so I'm just going to leave. But and now that I'm an adult, and I thank God for the foundation that I had at that church. What's up, Janae? Hey, girl. I thank God for the foundation that I had at that church. But now that I'm older, they were wrong for doing that to me. If someone commits a sin and they're in the church, you don't throw them out on the street and say, when you get better, come back. The church is a hospital, okay? That is where people go to get their spiritual healing. So if someone commits a sin, that don't mean you sit up here and say, oh no, get away from us. You got to get out of here. No. When I got pregnant and they told me I had to leave the church and come back when I had the baby, it was just mind-boggling to me because I'm like, okay, y'all may not physically see me pregnant, but when I had this baby and I come back, a lot of the congregation, the teens, the young adults, everything is going to know why I was out. Or they're going to see a baby. So, it's not like it's not going to be a thing. So, I'm not mad at them or anything like that. That's what they thought was best and that's what they did for their church. But again, now that I have matured in my faith and I understand that only God can judge me and condemn me. If I repented for what I did, I moved on with life, I raised a beautiful daughter, and that's the end of it. But yeah, at that time, now that I know what I know, they were wrong for doing that and they shouldn't have done that. Do you condone fornication? Do you condone having a child out of wedlock? No. But again, we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That doesn't mean that you throw people out because they sin. You restore them back. And through my pregnancy, through the process, they could have been pouring into me spiritually so that I can, stay connected to Christ. Now, even though that happened, I'm still connected to Christ. I love Jesus. But yeah, that was crazy. So this story was about the teen that had to go before the church and apologize. And I just gave y'all a little sidebar story of my own experience. So I kind of, empathize with her because I kind of was in that position, even though I didn't have to go before my congregation and say that I got pregnant and things like that. But yeah, this it made me mad when I saw it. I was just like, why are y'all making this girl stand up and confess to y'all that she got pregnant? So that is between her and Jesus. And if they really read their word, they would know that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a young girl. Bible scholars say that she was about maybe 14 years old, maybe 15 when she got pregnant with Jesus. She was not married to Joseph, okay? So she got pregnant through the Holy Spirit, right? And so if you think about it, God very much is with the single mother because she was really a single mom. She wasn't married to Joseph. And Joseph, at that time, that was huge. He was going to not marry her. He was going to put her away. He was going to not deal with her because that was a big thing. But the angel revealed himself to Joseph in a dream and said, don't put her away. She didn't cheat on you. She is pregnant by the Holy Spirit. And so that's why they stayed together and everything. But he was looking at her like, who you been creeping with? So and even if something like that did happen during the biblical times, and I'm sure it did, there was probably some people that had, babies outside of their marriage, things like that. But God didn't throw them away because that's not the type of God that I serve. Janae says they talking about her, but I'm sure girls say it. They have done stuff, and all them people up there throwing stones. The Bible says, "Ye who is without sin cast the first stone." All them sitting up there throwing stones while they up here privately sinning. So because her sin is going to be put on public display, because she going to get pregnant and get bigger, now all of a sudden you better than her. Ain't nobody perfect. Girl, when I saw that story, I was like, these people got the audacity and the nerve. I had to look up where the church was at, who the pastor was, because I was just like, he needs to, it was just horrible. It was just horrible. If anything, the pastor needs to repent. You condemn this young girl, and she's a teenager. Do y'all know the level of scar that might do to her? It wasn't a good look for that church at all. And they're getting dragged all over social media. So it ain't just me that feels like they were wrong and are dragging them. There's a lot of people, people who are believers and people who are not non-believers, who know that this is just wrong. This is just wrong. Why are you having her stand up in front of y'all people? And then the way that they stood up and clapped, they was just like they was some type of snooty hobnobs or something, as if they had never done anything in their life. Child, anyway, I'm gonna get off the story because I don't want to re-aggravate myself. But I don't like that. I do not like that. The last thing a teenager needs if they get pregnant or make a horrible mistake is somebody condemning them. They need people in their corner to offer restoration to them, to let them know that just because you made a mistake doesn't mean that your life is over, and it doesn't mean that you have to continue on making mistakes, that you can be better, that the child is a blessing. Every time a child comes into the world, every time a woman gets pregnant, no matter the situation, no matter what happened, the children are blessings. And now they're making this girl feel like she's trash in front of the church. Oh my goodness. That speaks volumes for the church. The church is supposed to be a place of restoration, of healing, of where you can come and worship God, where you can be free from the cares and stuff of the world. But if you're going to treat her like the world might treat her, then what makes her want to come there? Anyway, y'all, let me get off the topic. On to the next hot topic. We talking about Kirk Franklin. Y'all know Kirk Franklin been out here wilding. He been out here belly rolling, gyrating, wearing Prince-looking suits with heels on, doing collaborations with Glorilla, just out here just acting a whole hot mess when he is supposed to be a gospel artist. He's supposed to be a Christian. Now, I'm not condemning him or judging him because I don't know his relationship with Christ. I'm just telling y'all what I see that he's out here putting out. So he came out and he apologized. He said he apologizes for his dress and dance moves that he did at a concert in Jamaica. So y'all remember he was in Jamaica, right? And he was wearing this tank top. Now, in the hood, we call it wife beaters. You know that term wife beaters came from cops. Remember cops when the dudes, and it is a horrible term, but the dudes used to get arrested, and every time they were arrested on cops, they was probably domestic violence, and they had the little tank tops on getting arrested. So we coined the term wife beaters, but it's a tank top, okay? And he had on some little tight white shorts and stuff, and he gyrating across the stage and doing all this stuff. And I'm just looking at Kirk Franklin like, there is not a song that you have ever made that caused you to be dancing like this. And I'm just like, sir, what are you... You know what? My neighbors are getting on my nerves, y'all. They are up here jumping, bumping, dropping stuff, doing the most. Anyway, so I'm looking at Kirk Franklin like, sir, number one, you don't owe us an apology. You need to apologize to Christ for your actions and the way that you've been behaving. You don't owe us nothing. Okay, so for you to come out and say you apologize means one or two things: that your money is being affected in the Christian community because you've been up here acting a fool and wilding out. So, because of that, you need to come out and do some damage control work because you are being affected. And that's my opinion. And y'all can think something totally different. And what's crazy is that I went in the comments on Instagram and a lot of people was on there talking about, well, it's hot in Jamaica. What was he supposed to wear? A three-piece suit and blah blah blah. You can have fun. People don't understand. When you are in a position like Kirk Franklin, to whom much is given, much is required. He is at a high status. There are baby Christians, there are even not baby Christians that still listen to him and look up to him as a person that is an example of how a Christian walk should be. Now, I don't, but there are people that may do that. And so because you have a platform and you have people that look up to you and you are proclaiming Christ. I never saw Jesus wearing what you wearing, gyrating across the stage. He was up here gyrating on one of the Clark sisters at one point, just doing the most that he's been doing. And it's ridiculous. You are a Christian gospel artist, so where he wasn't supposed to wear a three-piece suit, he could have put on a t-shirt and some shorts that were not fitting like he had it on. He could have done whatever. He knew that Jamaica's hot. He could have prepared for that. He could have even wore something that was just, sheer or something maybe. I don't know. But don't let it be an excuse because Jamaica is hot. Now I got to sit up here and show off my muscles and wear some tight pants. You don't know who was in that audience. What if a woman was in that audience being the guy was dealing with over some lust issues, and now Kirk Franklin pops up on stage in tight clothes. Now her flesh is riled up. Now you got this woman about to go fall off of the wagon and do something crazy because you were up here enticing her with your gyrating dance moves, and she's supposed to be at a gospel concert. Like, you just have to think about those things. And he didn't think at all. All he did was sit up here and think that, oh, I gotta be a performer and give people a show. You don't have to do it like that, sir. That's ridiculous. So, he out here apologizing, doing damage control. But at the end of the day, his apology to me is crap because after Jamaica, he didn't stop. He still kept doing crazy stuff. We've seen him on TikTok where people post videos where he's still been out here acting crazy. And not only him, he's now grafting Marvin Sapp up into the mess. I saw a TikTok where him and Marvin Sapp was going back and forth, doing certain dances and singing and stuff like that. And I'm like, Marvin Sapp don't get involved in Kirk Franklin's shenanigans, okay? But he doing too much. He doing the most. There's a certain standard in the way that you should behave. A Christian artist cannot be the same as a secular artist. There are two totally different spectrums of music. When you listen to a gospel Christian artist, in your mind, there's a certain way that you assume that this person is dressing, behaving, acting because they believe in Christ. When you listen to a secular artist, a worldly artist, there is a way in your mind that you're thinking that they're dressing, acting. So when something comes out about them, you're not shocked. But a Christian artist, you have to carry yourself a certain way. And lately, Kirk Franklin has been out here just doing crazy stuff, dance moves and wearing crazy stuff and all types of stuff. So, I'm praying for Kirk Franklin for real because I'm not condemning him, but sir, you need to check the way you've been behaving. And that's just all I gotta say about that matter. Last topic, y'all, up on the list is Jimmy Carter's funeral. Was December 9th. He was the 39th president of the United States. So he was president from 1977 to 1981. Okay, I wasn't born until 82, so I don't remember him. But people did come out and say that he was a really good president, that he was a humanitarian, that he did a lot of great things for the people. And yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. He was 100 years old. I think he died on December 29th, and they had his funeral yesterday. And so rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. They say that he was a very great president, and I wish I could have been around to really see some of the things that he's done. However, I can definitely Google it. I should have Googled it and told y'all about it, but I didn't. But y'all can definitely go and Google Jimmy Carter and see all of the things. Yes, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. Y'all can see all of the things that he had done. There was a story that came out about him that he had given a woman a second chance to be a nanny to his children back in the 70s, and this woman was convicted excuse me, convicted of some type of crime or something. But she ended up getting out of jail, but I guess she couldn't find work. And so I don't know how he met her, but he ended up employing her and having her be a nanny of his children. So that's just one of the things that I feel like speaks to the character of him, because a lot of people would have been like, I ain't letting no fella and watch my kids, you know. But something about her, he probably saw in her that allowed him to know that she made a mistake. She went and paid for her mistake, and now I think that she's a good person and that she could really, you know, help my children or contribute, you know, to my household. And so rest in peace, Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States. All right, let me recap real quick the stories that I went over. Thank y'all for joining me. If y'all have liked this content so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. And so we went over The View. Sonny Holston's husband, Emmanuel, he is being accused in a RICO case, named in a RICO case for defrauding or frauding insurance companies to get kickbacks. Okay, so I'll let y'all know what happens with that. We talked about the California wildfires. We are definitely praying for them, especially the Pacific Palisades. Everything is gone in that area. We also gave a shout out to Blue Ivy. Her birthday was the other day. She turned 13 years old. We talked about the New Orleans suspect that drove his car into a crowd on New Year's Eve day. We talked about him wearing meta glasses to prepare for his heinous attack that he did. We also talked about Stephen Jekyll, a Georgia judge that took his own life because he lost re-election. Happy birthday shout out also goes to LeBron James. He turned 40 years old. We talked about Dwight Howard's ex, Royce Reed, that came out and did like this Reesa Teesa 3-part series about how she was verbally and physically abused by Dwight Howard. We talked about Erin Stroman, which is a nurse from Richmond, Virginia, 26 years old, who was a nurse in the NICU, who broke the bones of 7 black babies. Just evil. And she is arrested. We also talked about the teenager that had to go before the congregation in Hampton, Virginia, and confess that she had got pregnant. We also talked that Sonny Holston said she will throw her baby shower. And then we also talked about Kirk Franklin apologizing for his dress and dance in Jamaica. It's not only Jamaica, Kirk. It's a lot of places. It ain't funny because it's really sad, but it's just crazy when I think about, because I think about the video. I'm seeing the video of him dancing and doing all that he's done. And he was doing it to Hosanna. Y'all know the song, Hosanna forever we worship. That song. I'm like, what? Why would you be moving like that to Hosanna? But anyway, and then we rounded out the topics with Jimmy Carter, rest in peace. His funeral was December 9th, and he was the 39th president of the United States, y'all. And that is the hot topics for the week. If it's your first time watching me, go ahead and click the like video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment which topic was interesting to you. If there was something that happened that I missed, go ahead and drop it in the comments for my replay watchers. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my new subscribers, y'all. Welcome to the Redefine Me channel. We are on a road to 1K subscribers, and I know that I'm going to make it in a couple of months to 1K subscribers. So I need y'all help to share my video to your friends, family, auntie, cousins, everybody you know. Share my videos. Tell them go to my page, like it up, comment in the comment section, give me those watch hours and everything that I need to be able to get monetized this year in 2025. And I'm thankful and grateful for what's happening with my channel. It is definitely getting some traction, getting some movement, and so I'm glad about that. I will be live again on Sunday where I do my Love After Lockup review. I do review that show. I'm trying to pick up another show. I'm trying to think what show should I review. So if y'all know any shows that y'all want me to review, go ahead and drop it in the comments and I will check it out. And if I feel that there are enough YouTube YouTubers covering the show and it could get me some views and traction, I would definitely go ahead and cover the show from my point of view as well. So thank y'all for joining me. Until we meet again, y'all have a happy, blessed Friday. Be safe out there. If you have to go out, the weather is really crazy all over the U.S. So just be really safe, be careful. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all again. Bye.